Well, hello YouTube. Uh, no, it's been a couple of months, actually more, about 3-4 months since my last fishing video, and we've moved into fall now. It's almost Thanksgiving in a couple days, and normally I kind of slow down on fishing once it gets to around September, because October I'm kind of busy with Halloween stuff, and then Thanksgiving, and then Christmas. So I wanted to try something new today on my channel. Not like a new hobby for me, but just something I've never really done before. I'm going to try doing some knife reviews. So today I'm going to put this $5 Ozark Trail fixed blade to the test. I've had some Ozark Trail knives before. I've got two of their fixed blades in my collection. I've got like a little neck knife that was in a gift pack a couple years ago, and I have one that's actually on my kayak. It's like a bait knife or just sort of anything knife. And this one caught my eye the other day at Walmart because it's a recurve and it's got a blue handle, and blue is one of my favorite colors. So I'm gonna get this out of the box real quick, and then I'll lay it on the table. I'll do some size comparisons. I got some paper and some cardboard. We might baton it a little bit, see how the edge is out of the box, and yeah, so let me get this thing unboxed and I'll get back with y'all in a second. Alright, well, here it is out of the cardboard, and here's the sheath for it, so you can see. We'll test our attention on that here in a little bit, but says it's 7.5 inches overall. The actual blade itself is 3.25, and the handle is 4.25. You can see it does not list the steel, and I looked online and I couldn't find anything. My best guess is it's probably CR or 3CR13 or something similar. And do a couple size comparisons here. Here's a next to the, as people were calling it, the Ozark Grail knife, the D2 folder with the axis lock. See, it's about the same size overall. Here it is next to a Cold Steel Mini Tech Tonto. Not Tonto, Bowie. I don't know why I was thinking Tonto, but you can see it's just a little bit longer. And what else do we have? Oh, here it is next to a Sin-Cut Waxahachie. You can see the Sin-Cut just edges it out barely. And lastly, here it is next to the SDOK EDC SECR 2.5 copy. You can see it's a little bit bigger than that, but overall in the hand it does not feel too bad. See, it's a grip is just a little short. I get about 3 fingers comfortably. If I try to squeeze my pinky on there, it kind of Not enough space right there, so definitely good for a smaller hand. So I'm gonna do some paper cutting and some cardboard cutting. See how this initial edge out of the box is. So let me get you guys turned around here and we'll see how this thing does. So out of the box, it feels like the right in the recurve is not very sharp, but moving up towards the tip feels a little bit sharper. So didn't have any notebook paper, so this is just like a post-it note basically. So let's see how this out of the box edge does. Paper cutting. Felt like it kind of hung up a little bit about right there, so do some more. So it actually feels like the recurve is a little bit sharper than the rest. Do a little bit more. It's definitely not a razor blade out of the box, but I'd say this is probably a decent working edge. So I need to get some paracord. See how it does on that. I'll go grab some before I end the video. Brought us a piece of cardboard out here. So let's see how it does on this. This isn't a very thick piece of cardboard, but see how it cuts. Started out kind of smooth and you can see it grabbed there. Let's do it again. I'm going to try to stay just in the recurve of the blade here. So it seems like it starts good, but it sort of takes a lot of pressure once you get towards the end. So, not the greatest, but well, that didn't even cut. Not the greatest edge, but definitely serviceable. So as long as you kind of stay like in the recurve with it, it's pretty sharp, but once you move closer to the tip, it's kind of blunt. So we'll do a couple of tests with it. I'll go get some paracord, but we're also gonna baton it through some logs, well, small logs. This isn't exactly an outdoor survival knife, so, but we'll see what it can do. And we're also gonna see if it'll strike a ferro rod. So I'm gonna go get some paracord, and I'll be right back. Alright, so got some paracord here. And I also brought another piece of paper so we can see how good the edge held up at the end. So, cut. Took a little bit of force, but I was with the recurve. Let's try up towards the belly and the tip some. See how this goes. So it will cut paracord. So that's a plus. And not exactly sure if it will strike a ferro rod. The edge is, the spine is pretty squared off, so it might. So it will strike a ferro rod. Had to scrape some of the coating off the blade, but it definitely will do that. So that is a plus. So we'll get some wood and we're gonna see how it does at feather sticking and some light batoning, and then we're gonna test the edge again and we're gonna see how it held up. So I'll get back with y'all in a minute. Alright, so we're gonna see how good this can feather stick. It doesn't exactly have the best edge profile for the task, but in a pinch it would work. So definitely not the best at that task, but it is doable. So if you had to, you could. Should be known that this is definitely not a chopper, but just because, let's see how it does on this piece of wood here. It's a very light knife. Yeah, that would take a while to do with this since it's so light and so small. Sure, if you had to, you probably could, but I would not recommend it. Yeah, I would much rather carry a fixed blade that is suited for that task. So now let me go get a log and we're going to see how it will baton, and then we will test the edge again and give my final thoughts on this knife. Alright, so it took me a minute to find a suitable log because this is such a small blade. So this is probably about all you're limited to. Very small diameter pieces of wood. But let's see how it goes. We can make it through. Well, it survived. Split this on some more. And we'll do this one more time. So it definitely will baton in a pinch if you need it to. So let's go back up to the tabletop, test the edge again, and I'll give you my final thoughts. Well, I realized I forgot to do a tip test, and I just stabbed it into this here stump, and we snap the tip completely off. So that's unfortunate, but for a $5 knife, what do you expect? So tip snapping was unfortunate, but we'll see how what little bit of an edge it did have held up. And pretty much gone. Still a little sharp up towards here, but I can run my finger across this and not exactly cutting anymore. So, in my personal opinion, for $5, I mean, I don't expect much. I'd say, a couple dollars more, you could pick up a Mora, which I don't personally have one in my collection, but I know some people who do, and they seem to have good luck with them. If you're just a knife collector, or you just like the way this one looks, like I did, for $5, sure. I mean, definitely a good beater knife. Just don't try to pry anything, because you will snap the tip. And definitely don't expect it to hold up its edge. So, for $5, I'd say it's sort of if you like it, go for it. But if you don't, save your money and just buy something nicer. I think the mini tack goes for around like $20 or so. I got this at Tractor Supply. The Waxahachie, 45, I think. And I think this one ran about 25. So there's definitely better options, but it's a $5 Ozark Trail knife, so you sort of get what you pay for. As long as you're not doing anything like extremely crazy, like batoning and chopping logs and stuff, I think this knife would hold up. But if you want to use it for survival purposes, I would definitely look elsewhere. So thank you guys for watching. I know this is something different, and I'm trying to learn my way around this. Not very good at doing review type videos, so yeah. And if you guys want to see like a knife collection video, I can do that. If you guys want to see more knife videos, let me know. I've got a lot in my personal collection. I'm probably not going to tip test them all because I don't really want to snap them. But yeah, just let me know, and thank you guys for watching. Peace.